Welcome back to Rock Solid Motorsports. So today we're going to do a test drive and a walk around inspection on this kind of a rarely seen anyway, 1973 Pontiac Lemans Sport Coupe 400. So this car originally did come, it was originally green. Remember the name of the color? Slate green. And it has been repainted. It's a nice deep green with a fair amount of metallic in it. It's a perfect 70s paint job. The car comes to us a very driver quality paint, interior, overall condition, but very solid. The bones on this car are very solid. The body is very clean. The drivetrain's very solid, very tight, as you'll see in the test drive. Drives very well. It is a true factory sport coupe, and it is a true 400 from the factory with a 400 automatic transmission. And nicely optioned, as you'll see. We'll go over some of the options in the test drive video. But this great 70s metallic green with the deluxe 70s Pontiac hubcaps and this vinyl roof. 70s. I don't know what else I can say. We'll grab the other camera, we'll go for a test drive. Modern day cars with seatbelts.
Well, this is a modern day car.
Compared to a lot of the cars we deal with. So now we're going to take a test drive in that cool 1973 Pontiac Lemans Sport Coupe 400.
Yep.
Yeah, just a nice driver quality car, but sound car. So we'll get it fired up.
Actually, mechanically, the car's in great condition. I mean, it drives awesome.
So nice. It has a factory AC, which is really warm out, so we're going to turn that on. It's not ice cold, but it's cool.
It'll keep it comfortable.
Yeah. We're hot-blooded, and it keeps us comfortable. So. But that relatively stock 400 start, runs, pulls this good-sized vehicle down the road effortlessly. I mean, it's got a great sound to it, though, with the long tube headers, dual exhaust. It has been upgraded with an Edelbrock intake, carburetor, chrome, well, not chrome anymore, the valve covers and the air cleaner. But I mean, 50 miles per hour, this car just
puts along.
Yeah, just smooth.
Easy driving car, power steering, power brakes, tilt steering, AC. It's a very well optioned example of a 73 Le Mans.
Yeah. It does have a aftermarket stereo. It's shafted. It is an in-op. Not sure exactly what's wrong with it, but it is not working. But all of your factory gauges work. The fuel gauge, oil pressure, temperature. The clock is not working.
Which is about par for the course.
Yeah. So, speedometer works, tachometer works, wipers work, all the lights work. I don't think the cruise, it does have factory cruise control, and that is not working. But it does have factory. The horn does work. Yeah. So
the buckets with the floor shift and a center console, which is always nice to have in these classic cars.
Yeah.
Runs great. It's got an older repaint that presents well. I would say it's got defects, but nothing too major.
You'll see that in a walk around video. A couple of very minor bubbles.
Yeah. The bottom side of this car is very good condition, very good, and extremely dry. Which it's been very well taken care of. You can tell I haven't seen much weather. Bottom side looks extremely original, no patches or anything like that. Even the quarters appear to be, if not all original, largely original. I haven't found a patch in them.
Yeah, there's no signs of a patch anywhere. Yeah,
Interior looks extremely original too. It is faded. It's definitely seen some sun fade. I do have a pretty sizable crack in the dash, but it's complete. It's definitely a good base if you're looking to restore an interior.
Oh yeah, most of your major components could be dyed.
All the hard to find stuff is here.
It's here.
Yeah.
Like the door panels,
Oh yeah.
Center console.
Your under dash vents.
So we'll do a little bit of a pull here.
Like Dad said earlier, the car's got a great sound. Wraps down when you get off the throttle.
It does. It's got kind of, yeah, that wrapping. I'm not sure exactly what that's
called, but yeah,
what it's from. But
no, it sounds good. And actually, that 400 is tight, and it definitely, I believe, it has a little bit more power with the upgrades than the factory 2-barrel setup. But
yeah, because from the factory, this 400, particular 400, did not put out that much horsepower.
No, like 170 to 180, somewhere in there. But so for how it kind of set us back and how sporty this one feels, I'd have to imagine it's a little bit north of that. But don't hold me to that.
Yeah. So, great driving, running car.
Absolutely.
So yeah, stay tuned. We're going to do a walk-around inspection on the car, and yeah, it's worth a look.
Yeah, definitely a rock solid example of a driver quality 1973 Pontiac Lemans.
Yeah.
So yeah, stay tuned.
Now that we're done with the test drive, we'll do the walk around inspection on this cool 70s Le Mans Sport Coupe. So as we've said in the past, the paint job is a very nice driver quality. It does have some imperfections, and we'll go over some of them. And it has some stone chips and what you would expect, but the paint itself, for the most part, is very good condition. The paint, the metallic flake, is awesome in this car. It's very representative of a paint job from the 70s. So, and it does have just a slight bit of orange peel, maybe some very slight fisheye, but and you see that Le Mans Sport Coupe emblem's got some age to it. Nothing really to note across this fender. There are some spots where you can see where they didn't quite tape off and didn't disassemble when they repainted it. There's some overspray on some of the trim. It does have the factory deluxe Pontiac hubcaps wrapped in brand new Mastercraft Avenger Radial GT tires. So the tires are in excellent condition. Across the driver's side of the hood, it's in very good condition. Make sure over here there is one small little crack in the paint. There is a chip over here in the paint on the edge. Coming across the front of the car, the front bumper's in very good condition, shines very well. There might be some little dullness down low, but the rubber bumper portion is in very good condition. Your bumper extension does have some age to it, and there's some crack and a little bit of paint loss. There's a chip in the paint right here. Headlight baskets are in good condition. Your grill's in good condition, not missing any of the fins. There is some paint loss here and there on the grill. You got some age on the Pontiac emblem, but both sides of the grill, you'll see in the gray areas there is some paint loss. coming around the passenger side. And again, you got some cracks in the bumper extension. Down low on the fender, there's a small chip here. There's some cracking in that lens. Small chip here. You got the tree is
Bugs that got tree decided to puke on it.
yeah. So there's another little crack on this side of the hood as well in the paint. But very straight. Your windshield's in very good condition, free of any chips or cracks. Your passenger side door, we got a small chip here. Down low on the fender, there's about a silver dollar size of some very minor bubbling. Your vinyl top, minus these bugs, is in very good condition. There's no rust, bubbling, or rearing its ugly head towards the back. It's very, very good condition. The rest of this door is in very good condition. You do have a little aging on the door handle, but the passenger door is very solid. You can see that factory seam all the way across the bottom. The interior is a driver quality interior. It's very original, unrestored interior, and it's complete, but it does have some age. As you see in that door panel, there's some fading, especially in the lower panel. There's tires showing you right now.
No heavy cracks, but yeah, they are.
Yeah, so it could
a
be
fair amount of fade.
dyed.
And used again. Dash does have a pretty good split, kind of right in the middle of it. Other than that, nothing really to note. Factory AC vents. Another little crack there. Your center console has a little bit of wear and fade to it. Carpet showing some age. No heavy tears though. Your passenger seat doesn't have any tears showing, at least in the bottom and backrest. The plastic portion is still showing a fair amount of age. Oops. Pull that forward. The backs are pretty faded. The back seat has been dyed. And the rear of your interior is actually not as faded as the rear, but it does have a few little defects and some age present. The headliner though is in very good condition. Dome light works. You have your shoulder straps still.
So we come back to the rear quarter. We do have some chipping there. No bubbling or anything. There's another chip there. Oh, those are bugs. But the quarter's in very good condition. Very straight. Sounds clean and coming across the back, your trunk lid's in good condition. There is a small little crack in the paint there. There's a couple little very minor bubbles right there. And then there is some paint cracking between the quarter and the taillight bezel. And there's some couple little cracks in the taillight bezel. Yeah, and there are some cracks in the brake light lens. Your rear bumper shines very nicely. It does have some very slight age, but it shines very well. I think there's some scratching here. And your bumper extension, like the front one, is showing a little bit of age. I think towards the middle, as Tyler gets to the middle, there's some paint loss. And then on this side as well, again. But you do have the original dealership, the Miller Steffen from Boise, Idaho. Come into the trunk. Trunk opens just like it should. Holds itself open. There's some paint loss here. Probably in all four corners.
Yeah.
But the trunk lid itself is in very good condition. No rust issues. And your trunk floor is in very good condition. No rust issues. And that quarter there feels like the original quarter. Same with the passenger side. You got a spare tire with the jack and tire iron. You come around the driver's side. This quarter panel, just like the passenger side, is nice and straight. It's not all mudded up. There is some bubbling here that's starting. Some light bubbling up here, but I mean, it's not full of Bondo. It's a pretty solid, clean car. There's a paint chip there. There's some light chipping along the bottom of the trim. Maybe when they put it on. There's some chip there. It's been touched up. And this area here, this is going to be hard to show, and it's hard to photograph, but it looks like this area here was repainted and kind of blended in, and it's just a slight,
yeah, you can see the blend line.
Yeah, it's just a slight different shade of green than the rest of the car. We do have a couple chips on the door here. There's a couple of real minor bubbles down here. But the driver's side of the vinyl roof again is in very good condition. It's very solid. And it sounds hollow, so it means it's not all muddied up, bondoed. The driver's door again is great. Body seams are nice and crisp.
But again, showing a fair amount of fade in the hard plastic portions of the door panel. No heavy cracks though. There's like a little gouge there in the vinyl. A very complete door panel. Remote mirror works. Actually, your car seats there. But there are a couple splits, and this good sized seam that is let go, so driver seat's got a fair amount of wear to it. Steering wheel is actually in good shape, no cracks in it. Horn works. Now your black portion of your dash, there is some paint loss there. Factory AC controls that work. Come to the back. Again, it was dyed. You can see a little bit of wear from the dye wearing off. You do have rear mounted speakers in the backpack. But overall, no heavy splits or cracks in the rear seat.
We come underneath the hood. You'll see the 400, which is a correct date coded 400. We haven't found the VIN stamping yet, but it is a correct date coded 400. Let's see, the factory AC does have upgraded Edelbrock valve covers, intake, air cleaner. I'll go fire it up, show you lights working.
Headlights are on. Switches between brights and dims. Driver's side turn signal. Passenger side turn signal. Side marker light works. Oh, wipers. Warning lights, brake lights. Driver's side turn. Passenger side turn. Reverse lights right now.
So if you're in the market for just a neat knockaround vehicle that you don't see very often, especially in a color combination that you don't see very often, this unique 1973 Pontiac Sport Coupe Lemans 400, you don't want to miss out. Rock Solid Motorsports.